And Sreeram Chaulia, who's also been patiently holding that phone line. He's a Republic contributor here. Now, Sreeram, when you look at these images, you hear the voices coming in from the Afghan government this morning post this explosion. One thing is clear: somewhere, you need to have a united fight against terrorism. You cannot run with the hare and hunt with the hound anymore, Sreeram.
Yes, Deepthi, it's a tragic morning in Kabul. Unfortunately, we've had too many of these. And if you recall, 2008, our embassy was hit directly by Haqqani network backed by ISI and Taliban operatives, and we had lost two personnel, including the serving diplomat and the brigadier. Since 2008, we have fortified our embassy compound and have created several layers of protection, and also our intelligence on the ground is strong enough to ward off any direct threats to our men and material. So since then, luckily, we have been able to avert this. But remember, we have always been in the crosshairs of Taliban, Haqqani network and ISI, because they want to evict us from Afghanistan. The whole game is to try and push us out and to prevent us from having a strategic influence there and to build up the Afghan state. We are seen as the number one obstacle for ISI in that country, more than Americans or any other Western forces. So yes, Iranians and us, we are actually in the line of fire there, because we are seen to be building up the Afghan state and in ways countering the jihadist menace, the Sunni jihadist menace in the region. So I would not be surprised if this is the handiwork of Haqqani network or one of their affiliates. There is also ISIS. Recently, ISIS has attacked a major military hospital in Kabul and has also claimed responsibility for multiple attacks across the country. But it looks like if it is directly at the embassy compound in Wazir Akbar Khan Hill, which I've been and I've seen, it's a heavily fortified area. And if they're able to get through the checkpoints and bring in car bombs or suicide bombers, it also raises several questions about the competence of the security forces. It's a bit like Iraq. Almost every week there is a major suicide attack or a bomb blast, and they pass through the checkpoint. There is complicity and connivance of some of the police and security forces. So we should also look at not just the attackers, but the victim, which is the Afghan state and the Afghan people and foreigners like us who are there trying to support them. I think it's a collective responsibility. We have to rise up to the occasion. All the embassies, have security mechanisms in place to coordinate with each other and to share information. So to that extent, we have been much more prepared and cautious, and luckily there is no loss of life for our people and personnel because we've taken these precautions. But that doesn't mean the problem is solved. The bigger problem is deep penetration into the high security VIP area of Wazir Akbar Khan Hill by terrorists continues unabated without any kind of check, and therefore we have to think about how we have to support not just the Afghan state but also be involved in community level policing and trying to develop the intelligence infrastructure to prevent these numbers from getting in.
You're talking of the big picture here. I again want you to, actually talk a little bit more about these images, about these videos that, Republic TV is putting out. Because look at the impact, look at the entire nature, look at the aftermath. Somewhere, this really has to be a very, very big explosion. And let's not forget, this could be also then the handiwork of some very potent explosives. The idea then was to murder, to destroy, to gather a lot of headlines.
Absolutely, Deepthi. The message of the terrorists has always been Afghanistan is not safe for foreigners. Foreigners should get out. Foreigners are somehow bringing in impure and unpious, values to our Islamic society. They are, corrupting our values, and they should all be chucked out. And that is the ideological basis behind this. And by doing this, they are sending a message that nobody is safe in this country, not even the BVIP.